Welcome back, guys. Today is the day that we put some parts of the engine back together. So quick summary of what we're gonna try to do today. We're gonna try to get the freeze plugs in, we're gonna try to get the crank in, and we're gonna try to get the cam in. So we did actually print out the workshop manual for this engine on some graph paper. Thanks, Alexa. We got the engine all set up on the engine stand, which, you know, we did in the last video. And over here, we got some gasket maker, which we're gonna use for the freeze plugs. Over here, we have some gaskets for the oil pan. Is that ripped? So problems already. And then over here, which we're gonna be working with today, the freeze plugs. So I accidentally put one of these in there and got stuck. And I didn't want to put it in there right away, so. All right, so I'm right now just cleaning up the surfaces where we're gonna put the freeze plugs to make sure that there's no grease on there or anything like that, so the gasket maker can seal properly.
That's a nice sound.
Is it? It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I'm like, oh!
What color are we gonna paint the block?
I don't know, red?
That's probably the easiest, right?
Yeah, gonna lay this down right here. This is Ultra Black Advanced Formula, maximum oil resistance. Now you definitely don't want this in the water passages, so you don't want to use too much, but you also don't want to use too little. Probably should be wearing gloves for this, folks.
Ooh.
We hope that was good.
I mean, we could always put some on the outside too. Like, I don't think it needs to necessarily...
Doesn't hurt to double up, right? Paint it black. And there is our first freeze plug.
You'll be able to tell which one it is.
This one's
We're gonna
interesting.
smash cut into us turning the engine on and just water pouring out of those freeze plugs.
Flip it back to the other side. You know, it ain't pretty, but we're going for reliability and functionality.
She won't cheat on us.
All right, guys, so our next task is to get those little bearings out. There's three of them. There's one there, and then one way at the end. They go from small, medium, to large size. So the cam has to go in that way, but there's actually holes in each one of these bearings, which feed the oil onto the camshaft. So we gotta make sure we get that right. So we're gonna take some time to figure that out. Like, look at the difference in the head quality.
Oh my god, dude. It looks like a mirror compared to...
Now, I'm covering it up because I don't want these flying in our eyes.
Got our radiator coming in for the Hummer too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Mishimoto, got a 2-row. Just sit on parts for now. Bunch of freeze plugs and one of them that was smaller, a smaller size. And we suspected that it was for this spot on the head. I just got gasket all over it. Anyway, but this guy's way bigger than the hole.
And we're probably gonna have to stop there for tonight because we don't really have the right tool to get the camshaft bearings out.
Bearing removal tool, which is basically like a wedge that you use to push the material out into the cam bearing itself, and then you tap it all the way through.
Yeah, because those cam bearings are very soft.
Yeah.
So it's like a rubberized thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we're putting her to sleep for tonight.
Moth.
You know, got the freeze plugs in, Got the piston heads off the rods. We got some things we got to button up.
Yep, for
We got to
sure.
get some tools. Overall, a productive evening. Not as productive as hoped. You know, I was hoping to get crankshaft in, and that was high hopes. Really, the only thing that stopped us, though, was the tool to get out the cam bearings. Okay. And on top of that, we want to replace the wrist pin bearings. Probably got to contact our guy.
Reach out to the man.
And have him send those. In the spirit of down to the frame, we're on day 2, and it's starting off real good. Real good. You want to see? Here are 8 of the same exact size pistons.
Valves.
But if you look at the top, those don't look the same. That one's a little bit thicker than that one, and that's the one that matches our valves. And on top of that, this is an intake valve, and that's an exhaust valve. We have all of the same size for this one, which means we have essentially 8 exhaust valves.
4 of which don't even belong to this engine, because the retention clip interfacing material on the top here doesn't match.
Right. So it's the wrong valves, and you know, I was really hoping to get at least one thing in today, but we'll get the exhaust valves in today, I guess, and we're probably gonna get the pistons in today. No, we might not. So yeah, let's get down the frame. Okay guys, I just want to explain the individual components. You have your valve, and then you have your valve spring. This is the top hat. And then the valve goes through here, but you can't just do that. You gotta hold the whole thing together. So that's where these little pieces come in, which are the valve stays. And those bad Larrys push onto the top to keep the spring. It's got like ridges in it that match that. So yeah, we're just doing intake valves today. Exhaust valves today.
There you go.
That'll get it.
Some good lung capacity right there.
That's
years of training.
That's how the pros do it when they're building 1,000 horsepower engines that are rusty. They'll just blow on it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, you might need that screwdriver. Going in. Yay, we did it.
Well, I want to smack it with a mallet and get it seated right. Flip it over and check the fitment.
Ooh.
That's a valve.
See, he took something out that had to do with the head, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was, he took this out when he was cleaning the block. Focus. And I believe that just goes in there.
Those numbers.
Probably shouldn't be doing this with a knife, but it's just to hold the stays in place for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically not a knife anymore, right? That edge is,
yeah,
she's gone. That's basically a
Cut myself
flat.
on my wrist earlier with a direct hit. Look at it.
Did you?
Wow, just kidding.
Didn't even cut the arm off.
Just kidding.
Took a direct.
Dude's ready.
That did a lot, actually.
Did it?
Yeah.
Let's seat it?
Yeah, like move the
top
collar up a little bit more.
Oh, nice. We got intel that we don't typically have to remove or replace the rod bearings, the rod bushings, which just sit in between the rod and the wrist pin. We'll show you guys in a minute here, but...
It means we get to put them together at a high level.
If it wasn't for missing parts, we would have this thing.
Oh my god, it's a thing that's new. Look. It's so pretty.
Look at the bottom of these.
No bueno.
That is... What's that? Tryptophobia? The fear of like holes? That's what that's giving me, dude.
What? The fear of holes?
You get one. I get one. And you get one. I need to grab a tool. This is the tool we shall use to install the wrist pins. This is used on these here C-clamps. They got little holes in them, and then this tool's nose goes in it to pinch them closed and installs them. Then you let it go. This is the most redneck. Just, it's good. Put it in.
Sender. Wrist pins don't fit.
Is that supposed to be like that?
The mallet's right next to you if you want
I don't want to damage it.
to. Okay. Does that feel the same?
Feels like a tighter fit. Like, feel that? Like that. There's like almost no slop in that.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, dude. dude, that is massive amount of play. Oh man.
Come on.
That is an unreal amount of play. There's got to be like 2 or 3 fouls worth of play in this thing, dude.
Why can't
you can make a wind chime?
Why can't anything go right? Dude, that, I tell you, this one's tight AF. Dude, this one, tight. That one,
not tight.
Not tight. Calipers, folks. Get yourself a set. Okay, measuring the original, 23.98 millimeters versus 22.04. So 2 millimeters off.
It's a lot.
Now, we're not engine builders, but we're not dumb. Like, there's a lot of slop in that. That's gonna be some crazy piston noises if you do that.
Well, I think it's enough that it could spin. Like, I think it's enough that it could rock
and not move. Oh, it'll move the piston, but you're gonna have.
It'll like cause forces on the piston sidewall instead of.
This is going to, instead of it's like smoothly rotating, it's gonna go slap, 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 slap. It fits. Probably just scuffed up the walls a little bit.
I hope the mic caught that so we can just do like blowing noise. Well, this is why people don't build engines.
Okay, it's not that we don't know how to build an engine.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like resource acquisition and identifying that this is a problem is why people don't just build engines.
Right, it's the same reason why people don't just build their own houses and build their own whatever.
Right.
It's because of, you need to have good dealers, bro, and
most of what you pay for at an engine assembly shop is just their knowledge base.
Yeah,
100%.
You're like, I know this guy, I know how to do this, their speed, their accuracy, just the tools. Like, I have a tool that's on the way that was $80 that we needed to get the cam bearings out. I'm gonna use it once. Like, this is the second set of pistons I've received. I'm sorry, guys. I thought, we'd have a more exciting video, but it's the name of the game. We're learning. It's the journey. We're learning. It's gonna be back and forth while we're doing. This is our first engine. We're doing it. We're trying to do everything right, and so we're going back and forth with people, double checking. We're gonna get it right. It's just taking some time. I want to say thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Down on the Frame.